Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to have with me face to face after 18 months of Zoom interviews, my man OD, Ohara Davies, two tanks, whatever you want to call him. What's going on, OD?
It's good to see you, man. I mean, still here, fresh, healthy, fit, alive, and it was a good show tonight. MTK had a really good show. I was here from the second fight. Second fight, it was okay. Third fight was okay, but that Isaac Lowe fight topped anything I've seen in about a year. That fight was non-stop action. It's what boxing's about.
These Mexicans are coming over and beating a lot of our guys over the last 12 months.
Listen, man, these Mexicans are great fighters. I've seen it happen a few times from Davis Jr. From Davis Jr., who got his ass whooped by that Mexican. Lewis Ritson got beat by a Mexican, I believe. A few people have come over and been beat by the Mexicans. Josh Ronton got beat by a Mexican. But that Isaac Lowe fight, this guy was good. I had never heard of him up until a few hours ago, and I put a bet against him, which I regretted after the first punch in the first round. But Isaac Lowe went down, but mate, this guy's got heart. He fought and he fought and he fought. He went down again, he fought and he fought, and until he couldn't do no more. And that's what boxing's all about. Isaac Lowe could have easily said, you know what, I've had enough early, but he wanted to go out on his shield, and that's what he done. So even though he didn't get the win, he gets all the respect from me and from everyone that was there, because he gave us a great fight, and we got our money's worth tonight. We got our money's worth.
How hard is it for someone? Let's not talk about Isaac, but let's generally as a fighter, when you get yourself in a position for a final eliminator, you know you're one fight away from that dream of fighting for a world title, and it just crumbles.
Words can't even explain how that feels, and he just has to understand that his time's not done. He could still come back, and if he doesn't come back, he needs to just be happy in the fact that he was here and he gave us a great night of boxing. Becoming world champion or not, he got paid, he's fit, and he's fit and he's healthy, and he gave us all a very good night. And just be happy in that fact. Understand that he might not become world champion one day, but it's okay. Life goes on. Boxing done him well, and I'm not going to forget this fight. And all these fans that was here, I think there was about 3,000 fans here. Everyone's gone home and they're saying to themselves, Isaac Lowe put on a great fight tonight, and I'm not going to forget this show for the next 5-10 years. I'll be telling my kids one day about, back in 2021, Isaac Lowe fought a great fight, and I'll be talking about that. So to me, putting on great nights, to some people, it's just as important as getting a world title, So yeah, that's how I see it. Just got to look at the positives, and there's a few positives in the fact that he didn't win. Just look at the positives. He got paid, he put on a great fight for us.
Ohara, let's move over to tomorrow night. It's your friend's turn. It's Anthony Yarde, the man you like eating burgers with and going to Five Guys with. Repeat or revenge? How tough is this fight tomorrow?
100%, not a repeat. A revenge 100%. Anthony Yarde gets this win, and Anthony stops him. I put a bet down. I bet my coach, Will Jones, and I went William Hill earlier on. I put on a bet. Anthony stops him. In the first fight, Anthony could have won that fight so easily, but he felt like, I'm up on points, I'm just going to win it comfortably, I don't need to get him out of here, just fight a good, clean, smart fight, hit and don't be hit, all that bullshit there. But now that he didn't get the win, he's angry. When I see him now, I look at his face, look at his eyes, I see anger, I see pain, I see a man that says, I should have won that first fight. I could have easily stopped this guy, easily. And everyone's thinking that this Arthur, listen, no disrespect to Arthur, I know Arthur well, I've trained with him over the years, but I'm not Anthony for a lot longer. Anthony's my guy, so Arthur will get far in boxing, and I don't wish any bad upon Arthur, but Anthony's my guy, and I know what Anthony can do. I've seen Anthony from his first fight as an amateur boxer, and what I've seen over the years is Anthony changed. Anthony become a more soft, smart man, businessman. He just wanted to go get the win. As an amateur, he was killing these guys, killing everyone, and that's the Anthony that I see coming back tomorrow night. That Yarde that I've known all those years ago as an amateur, and he was on having, I remember back in the day, and he had about 2 fights 3 fights, fighting guys that was on about 20 to 30 fights, knocking these guys out, easy work. And that Anthony changed. It changed. But now, tomorrow night, everyone's going to see that Anthony back. Listen, Arthur's got no chance. You know what I say? You can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain. Listen, man, Anthony Yarde wins 100%. Guys, if you want to win some free money, go to the bookies and put all your money on Anthony Yarde KO. Put your house on it. Put your car on it. Okay? Whatever you got, any assets you got, put your money on the Anthony Yarde knockout victory. And I reckon it could be early. It could be early.
Team Arthur, Pat Barrett, they've spoken about that Yarde will need to start fast, but they also keep reminding that Arthur didn't have his right hand. His right hand wasn't there in that first fight. So we're going to see an improved Arthur. Does Anthony Yarde have to pull a performance that he's never pulled out the bag?
And he doesn't need to start fast. He don't need to start fast. In the last fight, Anthony started in round 12. Anthony started in round 12. So he can start in round 6, round 7, round 8, round 9, round 10 if he wants. He can start as late as he wants. All it takes is that one punch, and then he'll have Arthur a bit dazed out, and then he can just finish him off. Arthur, he didn't have a right hand, but then again, I don't think that right hand's dangerous enough to make Anthony Yarde a bit wary. I don't think Lyndon Arthur's big enough, strong enough at that weight class. I was at the weigh-in this morning, and as you look at Anthony Yarde on the scales, he looks like a big beast. He looks like a fucking beast, like an animal. I'm looking at him like, you fucking animal. And then I see Arthur get on the scales. He looks like a good, smart fighter, which he is a good fighter. I've trained with him. I've seen him spar. I've seen him fight. I'm a fan of Arthur's too, but when I look at Yarde and I see Arthur, it looks like seeing a big old lion against a small little wildebeest. And you know, Anthony's going to be that lion tomorrow. That's what I believe that we're going to see. I haven't looked forward to any fight in such a long time, but this Yarde Arthur fight, it's got so much. It's a grudge match. It's a grudge match. Everyone's taking sides. Some people say Yarde, some people saying Arthur. That's what boxing's about. Boxing's about these big fights and these great shows, and Frank Warren's done a good thing putting his show on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
This time last week, you were in the desert of Dubai, and you arrived back to the. I saw your Instagram post where you said, "Is it really cold in the UK?" You should know it's cold this time of the year.
I knew that it was cold, but I didn't know it was going to be this cold. I'm freezing. I'm in a t-shirt. I'm in a jacket, and I'm still cold. In Dubai, I was out in the shirt and shorts at night time, and I was warm. Listen, Dubai was. It was amazing. As soon as the fight was done, I went to MTK. I said to him, "Listen, Ishmael Broso couldn't come, so obviously I'll be fighting him next. I'm not fighting anywhere else but here." I told him, "You try to put that fight in England, I'm not going there. You put that fight in the US, I'm not going there. Dubai is the future of boxing." Listen, Dubai is the future. Like, boxing's only been big in Dubai. It's not even big there yet. Boxing has been up and coming in Dubai for the past year, I'll say. And they've already passed England, I really believe. Like, the class of the shows and the quality, the lights, the cameras, the action, everything, it was far superior to anything that
The cars
it was far superior to anything that I've seen and I've experienced in England. And I've fought in England many times. I've fought on some big shows. I've been to some big shows, but what I saw there in Dubai, you give it another 3 or 4 years, Dubai's going to be the home of boxing. It's going to be Dubai first, then England and America second and third. But mate, I'm not fighting anywhere but in the UAE from now on. The people there, I felt so welcomed. In England, I'm not welcomed as much. I get booze and I get beer thrown at me. You know what, I fight here, you get like a lot of drunkards and a lot of people throwing beer at me and they call me names. In Dubai, they all had class about themselves. And I feel like the fans in England, this might offend a few people, but they ain't got no class. English fans ain't got no class. Like, they come out to these shows and they're drunk and they're drinking beer and they're all drunk and they're fighting each other and they're throwing chairs around. Like, that's not classy. I'm just being honest, and this is why I'm not liked, because I'm dishonest. The fans that I've seen in the UK are not classy. They're a bunch of drunkards. in Dubai they got class, and that's where I want my boxing career to be from now on. I don't mind fighting in England if I fought, you know, in a big fight, or some English guy, probably like Lewis Ritson or someone, or Davis Jr., one of these guys that, you know, they want me to fight against. But Dubai's where I really want to be.
Just finally, how's love life?
Oh man, the love life. I don't want to get myself in trouble, so. Zip.
We'll keep it there. I don't want to get you in trouble. Ohara, great seeing you. Looking well. And yeah, let's see what 2022 looks like for you, and hopefully get rid of this horrible 2021 year.
100%. This year has been a hell of a lot of deaths this year. A lot of bad things have happened this year, and I just hope that next year will be a better year for me and for everyone.
Ohara Davies, IFL TV, thank you very much.